I have IPv6. Why does my connection to the Windows Store fail? I recently installed Windows 8, and I am unable to access the store. I received the error. We weren't able to connect to the store. This might have happened because of a server problem or the network connection timed out. Please wait a few minutes and try again. If I completely disable IPv6 on this computer, then I am able to access the store normally. How do I recover from this error? There are no network proxies in use, it's at home. Use a proxy server is not checked in the internet settings. Other network connections work fine. I can browse the internet from this PC with no issues and have no trouble accessing IPv6 websites such as Google and Facebook. And the system time is in sync with time.windows.com. After a lengthy session with sysinternal's TCP view, I am observing the following behavior when opening Windows Store. When I first open it, the system opens an HTTPS connection to 157.55.145.242 port for 143. This connection transfers some data and gets closed almost immediately. This appears to be a Microsoft IP address. Then, two connections are opened, an HTTPS connection to 23.12.49.138 port for 43 and an HTTP connection to 2400 CB00:2048:1 ADF5:3 DAF port 80. Neither of these two connections transfer more than a token amount of data, and remain open so long as the store timeout screen, seen above, is up. I expected the Akamai IP address, since Microsoft is well known to use Akamai CDN, but I wasn't expecting to see a Cloudflare address. Both connections close as soon as I hit Alt plus F4 to close store. Oh, and for those of you who didn't read it the first time, yes, the internet works on this computer, on both IPv4 and IPv6. This occurs immediately after installation, before any antivirus software has been configured. And Store is listed as an allowed app in Windows Firewall, on both private and public networks. This appears to be IPv6 related, since when I connect via IPv4 only, I can access the store with no trouble.
Try if your store is working after each of the fixes below, until it's working. Make sure internet is working, duh. Check if you can connect to websites. If you can't, try the following. Press Win plus R and type in ecpl.cpl. In the window that appears, click on LAN settings. Check Use proxy server for your LAN is unchecked like this. Check your date and time. Again, Win plus R and then type rundle32.exe shell 32.dll control_rundle timedate.cpl. Internet time, change settings, update now. Windows Services. Win plus R, msconfig. Click on Diagnostic Startup then Reboot. Use your local account or another account. Try registering for a new one if you have just one. Last resort, refresh. Win plus C, change PC settings, general, refresh your PC. Source.
I have averaged and did the upgrade at work and at home to Windows 8 Pro, and on both machines I was unable to access the App Store. After reading about the IP addresses and ports above, I immediately thought, maybe my firewall is blocking these connections. So, I opened up Average and turned off the firewall, and boom, I was able to connect to the App Store. I then clicked on the Regenerate Firewall settings within Average and tried to connect to the App Store, and no dice. So, I disabled the Average firewall for now and activated the Windows firewall until I find a fix for Average.
This was eventually traced to an IPv6 routing issue with Cloudflare's network, and was affecting many other Cloudflare IPv6-enabled services as well. Cloudflare, or its upstream providers, have since resolved the issue, though as of now they've screwed it up again.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.